For today is from Can We Talk to God by Ernest Holmes, page 101 and 102. What I believe that God is universal spirit, and by spirit I mean the life essence of all that is, the subtle and intelligent power which permeates all things and which in each individual is conscious mind. I believe that God is universal spirit, present in every place, conscious in every part, the intelligence and mind of all that is. I believe that humankind is the direct representative of this divine presence on this plane of existence. I believe that the relationship between God and the individual is a direct one, and that the avenue through which the Spirit expresses itself to us is through our minds. Our ability to think, to know, and to act are direct channels through which the universal spirit flows. Please look at the board and join in our affirmation. I joyfully take the deep dive beyond the surface of mind, deeper into self-love, making connection with the divine love that I am. I now know it is all God, and my life is a living miracle.
And so, good morning again. I love everything that has been said, sung, or thought so far. Amen. It's wonderful. It's just wonderful. So as we go through this morning, I'm going to be referring, which we don't often or always do, I'm going to be referring not only to the affirmation, but to the reading as well. You know, it seems as just as soon as we put up the snow shovels and the boots, here comes the flowers and the birds. So we just moved through this miraculous season of winter. Miraculous season of winter. Get it? Miracle, miraculous. Okay, stay with me. You know, on a cold day, how great is it just to bundle up, you know, if you have a fireplace beside the fire, hot apple cider, and just enjoy the season of winter. Or grab a couple of friends and go sledding. Or ice skating, get out there on the ice and enjoy the miracle of the season. Or, one of my favorites, making a snowman, where we take thousands and thousands and thousands of little snowflakes and roll them all together and make a man. But the miracle, if you think about it, is each snowflake is unique. Millions and millions and billions of snowflakes, and each one is unique, sort of like us. There are tons of us, humans, but each one of us is unique. So as we think about the uniqueness of winter that we just passed, let's begin to think about the miracle of spring. We saw a little bit of that already. Birds start coming out. Well, Candace had birds all winter, so she's special. Flowers are blooming. Well, if you went to the flower show in Philadelphia, you got an eyeful of the miracle of the season that we are moving into. Some people think of March and they just get so excited because of, don't tell me, March Madness. So if you are a basketball fan and March opens the miraculous madness of basketball every day, day in and day out until there's a winner, you're happy about that. But here at the Center for Joyful Living, we're happy. Well, I'm happy, and I think that I can probably share this with happiness with the rest of us. I'm happy that we will be privileged to witness the miraculous every day in March, because miracles happen every day. And so not just when we're playing basketball, but every day in March, let's be aware of the miracles that we see. Well, suppose you say, I don't see any miracles. People always talk about miracles. Where's mine? Hold up your pointing finger. Everybody hold it up. Bend it. Bend it again. Bend it again. Miracle! Right. Because we are miracles. Life is a miracle. In fact, Norman Vincent Peale wrote a little book about it. Have it right here. It's called Expect a Miracle. He said, make miracles happen. I love little books. For some reason, old books were, like you can pick up old books that are little pamphlets. It's like they wanted to get everything in there real quick so you didn't have to take a lot of time to read it. You got it, and then you go on and read something else. Well, this is a gem of a little book, because inside he said, expect great things from God, and you will receive them. You will receive great things from God. This is the basic principle known as, take a guess, the miracle principle. And those who live on the miracle principle have miracles popping up in their lives constantly. How many people have miracles popping up in their lives constantly? See? I told you. Well, Norman said it first or second. So if you don't have what you think are miracles popping up in your life every day, we're going to sharpen up not just the outer eye, what we see outside. We're going to sharpen up, get in tune with the inner eye. And we're just going to actually, this month of Miraculous March, search, looking deeply for any miracle. And you can call me and tell me when you see one if you like. Like, Carolyn, I just saw the grass growing in my garden. Oh, the weeds. You can call me. Whatever miracle you see, the bird. Oh, we just had a baby. Whatever miracle that you see, share with somebody or just make a note of it. Even a mental note will do. Just be aware of it, because we're working on our awareness. Awareness is like consciousness, you know. So at the beginning we said, let's live life. Life is a living miracle, and we affirm this each day. As we are affirming and paying attention to our miracles, I want you to pay close attention to gentle little shifts. Gentle little shifts. It may not be something that, hits you over the head, but a gentle little shift. The subtle is miraculous. And just notice it, I think what will begin to happen is that the more you look and the more you affirm, the more you see, because we become aware of it. It's not a homework assignment, please. I'll give those tomorrow. No. Simply a suggestion, and a very good one, if I must say so myself. Because affirmations are, when we affirm that, affirmations are truth-filled, power-packed ways of talking to ourselves, self-talk. And so when you talk to yourself, anything you say is an affirmation, really, if you think about it. So you want to be conscious of what you say after you say, I am, if you're making an affirmation. I am living the life of a miracle. I am living a miracle day after day. Okay? Just keep putting it in there, because actually affirmations repeated over a period of time actually create new pathways in the brain, new ways of thinking. And Ernest Holmes and in Science of Mind, we say, change your thinking, change your whole life. So we can change our ways of thinking, and one way is by affirming the truth over and over and over until you see a subtle shift. You recognize the shift, you expand, and you say something more in your affirmation. You change your affirmation, but for 30 days we're going to say this one. So, are we ready to make our miracles happen and expect miracles? And if yes, say yes. Then let's dive right in. I'm going to begin with kind of our intention. Our intention comes from Proverbs 7. You know what it is? With all thy getting, what do you get first? Understanding. With all thy getting, get understanding. So we're going to be talking about a lot of things today, and I'm going to say get it, and you're going to say, okay. If you don't, you don't have to say. You can just think about it, okay? So, with all thy getting, get understanding. Before we begin, repeat after me. Today I release, and let go, any and all thoughts, past and present, that are false beliefs, that may block, hinder, or delay my greatest good. Okay, so with that in mind, my awareness today is of understanding, not just getting, but understanding what it means to be connected to Source. And at the end of the time, we will all together say, I get it. Or, inwardly, I understand. It's up to you. So when Marcy read that reading, how many got it? That's why I'm going over it again. Because we heard it. There's a difference, and I'm not saying you didn't get it yet, but there's quite a little difference between hearing something and diving deeply into the listening of it, ingesting and embodying this meaning. And I knew that that quote was like, oh my gosh. When Candace, or whoever, told me, I think it was Candace, said that I had to find the reading for today, I didn't know that. I had the best time. I went through so many quotes. I mean, I spent a day just looking at them, but I ended up with the quote from Ernest Holmes, and it's long, but it's so important because it says so much, and I'm just going to paraphrase real quick. We'll go through it real quick. No accidents here today because this is like one of my favorite subjects. I probably should ask Dan, let me know when I have 5 minutes left, because I have a 5-minute wrap-up, if you could believe it. So we won't be here until 4 o'clock. Okay. Thank you. So from the reading, from all this, get this and get understanding. We are direct representatives, direct representatives, of the divine presence on this plane of existence. Okay? Get it? Okay. The relationship between God and the individual is a direct one, that the avenue through which spirit expresses itself to us is through our minds. Got it? Okay. Here's a good one. No, we already said change your thinking, change your life, right? Thank you. Our ability to think, to know, to act, our ability to do anything are through direct channels from, through us, direct. We don't have to go over there and ask somebody else, what'd you get? What'd you get direct? What'd you hear from Spirit today? You can if you want to. But you can rely on yourself. Your inner knowing will let you know, okay? You trust yourself. You know, Goethe said, once you trust in the process, then you will know how to live. I didn't say it first. So our ability to act, think, and know are direct channels through which universal spirit flows. It's three things: check, check, and check. Are we understanding? Okay. So let's take it a little bit deeper and personal. I just want you to take 1 minute or so, look around, make eye contact with one person. It can be a person next to you or near you or whatever. Everybody make eye contact, just one person. And if you need to move yourself silently, sit next to or near that person. Move yourself silently means you can walk but not talk. Move if you need to. Okay. Are we all set? We have somebody. It helps if you have somebody. Okay. Okay, let's breathe in and check this out. Right hand to right hand, palms touching, palms facing each other, but not quite touching. And like this. Not high five, like this. Like givers and receivers. Okay. Now, not touching, because you're going to begin to feel some heat between your hands, even though they're not touching. And then you're going to take your left hand and just put it on your knee. Right hand to right hand, left hand on your knee. Now, this tends to get a little sticky sometimes with people, but we're going to just look right in the eye of the other person. If you feel uncomfortable, you may blink. You can shift your body to make it more comfortable, but you must continue to look at the person in the eye. Remember, the eyes are windows to the soul. So we're not really looking at with the outside eye. We're looking with the inside eye. We're looking not with our eyes. We're looking through our eyes. Take a breath. And breathe again. And looking in their eyes, now say, I see you.
I see you.
I know who you are.
I know who you are.
You are me.
You are me.
And I am you.
And I am you.
Breathe. Feel a shift. Feel a connection. And now silence. No talking. Think about that person still looking in their eyes, and now you're looking in their eyes and you're thinking about them, who they really are. Gently in your mind, don't say anything, just shower them with peace. Just send peace to that person. And then breathe. And now send love to that person. And breathe. And take it all in. Feel it deeply. Connect. You may begin to feel a little warmth between the palms of your hand. If not, move a little bit closer. And just breathe. And now bring your hands together as though we were saying a prayer. And then bow to the person that you just made a connection with. And say to that person, Namaste. Thank you. And so now we are connected at a very deep level, right? That's fun. That was great. Thank you. And you were perfect doing that. You were perfect. I love that. So what we do is we begin to feel, this one is called heart to heart. A lot of times they do this in hospice. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross does that a lot, or teaches that in hospice, where it's heart-to-heart connections. Same kind of idea, because the bottom line is that we are all not just connected, but even more than that. But I'll stop at connected today. Okay. I'll stop there for today. That was excellent. And thank you so much. So now we begin to see that, I won't even say begin, because you guys know this. But you see that you can feel that connection when you pay attention to that connection. And you connect with people in energy. You connect with people in thought. You connect with people in words. All that connection. And actually we are connecting with ourselves. Okay, so let's continue. Michael Beckwith, in his book 40-Day Mind Fast Soul Feast. Anybody seen that book? Anybody have that? Okay. This is like a wonderful book, and I pulled it out over the weekend or whatever and started reading, looking for these beautiful quotes. And before I read the quote, I wrote myself a note in here. I think it was 1992 or something. And it said, I was just beginning to get into science of mind. And I wrote myself a little note, and it said, I will study science of mind. Check. And then it said, I will check in New Jersey. I will check online, and I'll call Kathy J. She was a good friend of mine. At that time, we were Kathy and Carolyn. We were Kathleen. And so, 20, 30 years later, here I am talking about something that I said that I wanted to do because that is the way the creative process works. I thought about it. And so when you think about whatever it is you want to do, make sure that that is what you want to do. Okay? Because Wayne Dyer says, once you believe it, you'll see it. He didn't say once you see it, you believe it. Once you believe it, you'll see it. So let's get into belief. So anyway, Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith, Agape, California, in California, said, since the beginning of time, the heart of the New Thought, Ancient Wisdom, mystical teaching has revealed that you and I are the sacred site of God. Sounds kind of like Ernest Holmes in a different wording. He goes on to say, you are, when you solidly embody this realization, you are the temple of the living God. You cause the transcendental, transformative, infinite, present, to so powerfully move this guy, within you, that any seeming contradiction to the truth is forever removed from your consciousness. Got it? And he goes on to say quickly, don't wait for the whatever future circumstances you think represent ideal conditions for you, for your spiritual enlightenment. Oh, no. Take the highest vision of Christ consciousness that you can hold right now, in the present, its reality to your consciousness. Let's do this right now. In this instant, just allow for the body, the sight of the infinite, to be your inward sight. And with this inward sight, just take a moment and breathe in and just say to yourself, what is God's highest vision of my life? Or if you're a seasoned visioner, you could say, what is God's highest idea of my life? And just take a flash and see the perfection that you desire. See the perfection that you wish to see. Okay? So you have that perfection? What are we going to do with it? Reverend Michael said, don't wait. Don't wait to put it into practice. Don't wait to say, this is my vision. What am I going to do? There's a decision. We're always at the point of making decisions. Well, before we move forward on it, we might want to get connected with God, because that's what this whole day is about. In fact, that's what this whole month is about, is the connection that we're making to Spirit. So, what we want to do is very quickly, Dan, get, that 5 minutes that I asked Dan for? He just gave it to me. And I need 10. No. So I'm just going to go through quickly what I was going to say, and then I'm going to stop. If it's fear that's holding you back, if you have any kind of fear holding you back, I like what Marianne Williamson says about fear. She says, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. It's not that we feel that we can't do it, even though we might tell ourselves, oh, I couldn't do that. I'm not strong enough. I'm not smart enough. I don't have enough. We could take our vision and just rip it up to shreds. But if we're ripping out of fear, then that's false evidence appearing real. There's no such thing as fear. And what she says is our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us. Your playing small doesn't save the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. You were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. And so, when we are connecting to each other and to Source, and visioning and figuring out what we're going to do with our lives and how we're going to do it, remembering that we live a life of miracles, and actually once we decide what we want to do, the manifestation and move forward, the manifestation gets real simple, easy. Not simple. No, it's simple, but it's not easy. I toy with that in my mind. It's a very simple process, but it's not easy because process just, change. It's not easy. But here's an idea. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all else is added unto you. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, all is added unto you. And so the kingdom of heaven is within. My Father and I are one. It is not me, but the Father in heaven that doeth the work. Move yourself out of the way. Allow the vision to flow. Step into the vision. Roll up your sleeves, because it takes work. Get busy and manifest whatever your dreams are. So, very quickly, I'm going to finish up. I might have to do a part 2. I don't know. I always have so much to say. But what I want you to do is, suppose you have a big idea, and it's like you don't really have a clear picture of it, but you have an idea. And it's like walking into a dark room, okay? And you knew that if you had a little bit of light, you could see where you were going. And so you say, okay, well, let me just plug in. There's the light switch, and you plug it in the socket, and the room is still dark. What did I do wrong? I plugged it in. You said plug it in. There's the light. I put it in the light switch. I'm plugged in. I'm connected. Where's my miracle? Well, it depends on the next step. What if you are walking into the room and it's all connected, but you forgot to flip the switch? Now we have light on the subject, and the place where there was darkness is now light, because not only did you plug into source, but you flipped the switch. You brought it right into one-on-one, in one, God presence within. When you do that, you become aware of the present moment. Now, I say aware of the present moment because that's the only time that we have, is the now moment in time. And so as we become aware of the present moment, we're also going to become aware of the presence. Because that first song we had, the presence is here. And so let's become aware of the presence of God just above our heads. Just above your head. And let's say that the presence of God is the light. You've turned on the light switch. Here's the light. Here's God. And just imagine that the presence of God is all love. And I say I'm an open receptor for that. If you are an open receptor for that love, just open up. You don't have to show me. You don't have to raise your hand. You can if you want to. Stand up, get up, turn around, whatever you want to do. But if you are an open receptor for that love, just imagine it coming right into the crown chakra. And imagine that love just right here in the middle of your heart. And feel how beautiful that feels, how wonderful that love feels right in the heart. And now let's just take another minute and go up and see what it feels like to be connected with Source, and feel the present of peace, and bring it down inside. Bring peace all the way down inside and into our heart. And now feel that love and that peace, and continue to bring down all the gifts of God, because once we get connected to Source, we are connected to the gifts, because we are the Source, which means that we are the gift. But right now, the gifts are inside. They're in our heart. We got from God, we brought down the gift of love, unconditional love. We brought down the gift of peace, peace that passes all understanding. We could bring down the gift of unlimited prosperity for everybody. We can bring down the idea of abundance for everybody. We can just go within, meditate, and figure out all the qualities of God that we love. And we can just be aware that they are right here within our heart. And so you're looking around and you're saying, oh boy, I got peace, and I got love, and I got compassion, and I got all that. But wait, I still don't have what I want, because I didn't tell you. The gifts are in a box, wrapped up inside your heart with a bow on it. And so in order for us to receive full value from Source, from God, guess what we have to do? Open our boxes. So let's do it. Just feel all the peace and love, and close your eyes for a minute if you want to, and just allow that to be absorbed, coming into the crown, peace and love, and now it's all inside this beautiful box in your heart. And there's such a beautiful box, we know that it's always there. It is the present. It is the gift of the present moment from the presence of God. So open your boxes. Open your boxes. And now just allow yourself to take each gift and pass it around. In your mind, take the gift of love all the way around the room. Just allow your gift of love to permeate the room. Take the gift of compassion and allow it to permeate the room. Your gift. You're giving your gift. Don't look to see who's giving their gift. Give your gift. And bring the gift of peace right into the heart. Open it up. Bring it out. And begin to see those wonderful gifts that we bring, gifts and talents that we bring, just moving in a flow all around this room. Just love all around this room. Just peace all around this room. Just imagine it to be welling up inside. And so much that we have to give it away. And when we give it away, we find out that all the love that we gave away and circulated and flowing around the room comes back tenfold. We have now so much love, we've got to give it away again. And we have so much peace. Oh my gosh, we have to get. And each time we give, the law of attraction steps in and attracts to us that which we are giving. And so after a few, some time of receiving and giving and receiving and giving, the good stuff, we began to see a subtle shift. We began to see a change. Boy, I got so much love. I'm feeling so joyful. I don't know why. Something's changed. Something's different. Very subtle. But remember, what you give out is what you get back. What you say, I am, is exactly what you are, because we are creators. We are creative beings. And so I'm going to leave you with this. And I'm going to, it's probably 5 minutes ago that I got my 5 minutes, but here we go. Okay. Because it's really two things, but it means I'm going to have to move quickly. Because I just want you to think about yourself for a minute, and this is one of my favorite poems I have to do. It's called The Greatest Miracle in the World. Do you know this, by Og Mandingo? It's one of my favorites. For how could one improve on a miracle? You were a marvel to behold, and I was pleased. I endowed you with powers unknown to any other creature in the universe, even unto this day. I gave you the power to think, the power to love, the power to will, the power to laugh, the power to imagine, the power to plan, the power to create, the power to speak, the power to pray, and the power to choose. Choose to love rather than hate. Laugh rather than cry. Create rather than destroy. Preserve. Persevere rather than quit. Praise rather than gossip. Heal rather than wound. Give rather than steal. Act rather than procrastinate. Grow rather than not. Pray rather than curse. Live rather than die. You are capable of many wonders. Your potential is unlimited. Who else among my creatures has mastered fire? Who else among my creatures has conquered gravity, has pierced the heavens, and conquered disease and pestilence and drought? Never demean yourself again. Never settle for the crumbs of life. Never hide your talents from this day hence. Enjoy this day. Today and tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. You have performed the greatest miracle in the world. You have been born again. But just as before, you can choose failure and despair or success and happiness. The choice is yours. The choice is exclusively yours. Choose to do all things with love. Love yourself for all others and love for me. Wipe away your tears. Reach out, grasp my hand, and stand straight. This day, you have been notified. You are the greatest miracle in the world. And so it is. Okay, I think it's time for us to